I want to share what is forgiveness actually. Because we talked about a definition, we read it from scripture, we talked about it's releasing debt, we talked about it helps us walk in spiritual and emotional health. But what is forgiveness actually? Forgiveness is not deleting a memory or forgetting the offense. Hear me. When you forgive someone, you're not forgetting what actually happened. No, it'll be very clear in your mind. It'll still probably be a little painful. But forgiveness is not deleting a memory or forgetting an offense. Forgiveness is freeing yourself from the power and the effect of that offense. Forgiveness is freeing. You want to be free? You want to walk in wholeness? You want to walk in righteousness to become everything that God has for you? Forgive. Forgiveness is not making the pain or the hurt or the offense okay. So many people think that, well, if I forgive them, I have to make the abuse okay. I have to say that what they did was right and what they did was okay. No, absolutely not. Forgiveness does not mean saying anything goes. It does not mean that you're saying that the hurt or the pain or the offense was okay. The bad thing that happened to you, it does not mean that you're saying that's okay. Forgiveness does mean letting go of the pain, letting go of the hurt, and letting go of the offense. It's saying, I won't hold on to this bitterness anymore. This is not helping me deep down inside. It's not helping me grow. It's not helping me thrive or flourish. So I won't do that anymore. Forgiveness is not removing boundaries and saying that there are no limits. It's not saying that anything goes. Sometimes another thing I'm going to start talking about with spiritual and emotional wholeness is that you need to learn what boundaries are. Fam, you got to get to a place where you're saying, I love you, I forgive you, but I can't allow you to come any closer because you're toxic, you're unhealthy. I have to walk in wholeness, both emotionally and spiritually. And so I will have boundaries. Forgiveness is not saying that anything goes. Forgiveness is enforcing proper boundaries and guidelines. Shameless plug. If you haven't read that book, Boundaries, go get it. Go get it, go read it, go study it, because forgiveness means proper boundaries will be enforced. Forgiveness is not based on what the offender does. So many people, I talk to them and they get to this place where they're like, you know what, I forgave them, but they're still a horrible person. Yeah, a lot of times. Christ, God, Father, He forgave you, and you probably were not the best of people. Can we be honest? It's just a time to be honest, okay? This is a whole new season. It's a whole new year. It's time to actually be honest with what's going on and stop putting up a front. Forgiveness is not based on what the offending person does, but it is based on your decision to release offense and keep short accounts and cancel debts. I want to ask you a question in this moment. How long is the accounts in your heart? What are you holding on to that you've been holding on to for 10 and 15? And hear me, 10 and 15 and 20 years. You've been holding on to this offense and it's eating you up inside. Your actions with other people, your relationship with God, your job, your marriage, your money, your beliefs about yourself, the way you view life in general is jaded and it's affected by your unwillingness to forgive. When will you release this thing? I'm preaching to the choir because I've been in this place before. Forgiveness is based on your decision to release the offense and keep short accounts. Finally, I love this one. Forgiveness is not a reaction. It's not an opinion. It's not a snappy reply. And it's not uncalculated. Hear me. Forgiveness is not a reaction. So it's not an opinion of someone else. It's not a snappy reply. And it's also not uncalculated. Forgiveness is a response. It is truth. It is a wise reply. And it is a mature answer. You want to walk in maturity? You want to be the best version of yourself that the Father would have you to be? It's time to respond in forgiveness. It's time to walk in forgiveness. It's time to make that a part of your life and say, at the end of the day, I'm going to be the man. I'm going to be the woman. I'm going to be the person that forgives. I can't be held back anymore. I can't be let down anymore. I'm not going to let myself down anymore. I'm not going to let my family and my friends down anymore. I'm not going to let God down anymore. Why? Because he forgave us. Therefore, we can forgive other people.